my name is Faring Namdar, lead game designer of Dragon Command. So what you'll see right now is the world map divided into 4 bits. So I'm the blue guys.
In multiplayer, the game pretty much functions the same way.
Yeah, in multiplayer the gameplay is the same, but you don't have the story aspect of the game. So we cut out the whole piece with the ship.
You still have all the strategy elements.
Exactly, all of that. And the red guys is of course Lawrence, and the green guys is Octave, and the purple is AI. So I'm going to start off by, of course, moving our units in here. Attack Lawrence there. Put some backup here. Maybe leave one behind. And I'll move these guys into the lower country. And usually you're actually, you're doing this simultaneously, right? The moment that you end the turn, that's when all the data gets sent between the PCs. And here we're going to choose the battle. It's me against Lawrence here. And Octave actually also participates in this battle, but he'll only be available as a dragon. So he can choose to spawn all over the battlefield to try to annoy us, but only in his dragon mode he won't have any units there. So this is actually the combat screen where you get to select which cards you play. You got 5 card slots, and the first 3 are visible to the other players, and the last 2 are actually blind slots. So you can choose how to play your cards. And once everybody's ready, the battle actually starts. So this is my army. That's Lawrence's army up ahead. We're gonna move our units and actually maybe make control groups. That helps us moving them around. And at any point right now, so as you can see, these units are all flying in the same level, but we can actually make them elevate. So I can make them move to a higher level. When they're at a higher altitude, they'll move a lot slower, but they'll do a lot more damage. When they're at a lower level, they actually do less damage, have less shield, but they move around at an incredible speed. So with these little tweaks in the altitude, you can actually make a big difference. So that's Octave there. He's actually trying to get to my units to inflict some damage. And I can see him, so I'm going to spawn as a dragon and interfere with his attack. I'm going to go after him. So I took him out there, and my units are actually waiting for Lawrence's units to come in. I'm going to assist them as they're taking out the incoming fighters. There's quite some fighters. Maybe I'll move back and take care of the artillery and distract them also a little. And in this case, these round objects that are coming after me, these are mines. The tank units actually drop the mines. And these mines are tough to get rid of, and if you don't watch out, you can get 20-30 of these things after your dragon. So apparently, Octave is already working on the other artillery units of Lawrence. It's really good. The problem, of course, that Lawrence was facing is that he left his artillery unprotected. And this gives me quite some... yeah, exactly. I think I did enough here, so I'm going to move back to my strategy view and start attacking the other units there. Someone's doing something there. Lawrence, what are you doing, Lawrence?
Does your dragon keep on attacking stuff?
No, you get out of the game. So the moment you despawn, you're actually out in a different mode. Hey, Octave, what are you doing there? I know, but still, it's fun to shoot you. Okay, actually, it looks like yeah, we did take care of it. Of course, with the help of Octave, he pretty much destroyed some of the armies.
Yeah.
And we're planning on the card selection screen to actually have players bid for help, so that you can offer gold to the guy that wants to actually assist.
I mean, you're 3 different guys. I mean, you're 3 different factions, and he was helping you. I mean, so it's
like in my favor to help him or him, depending on which countries are close to mine.
Yeah.
So I can diminish his army, so that the next time I can crush him.
Yeah. So but basically, I mean, you make diplomatically choices. I mean, which one is favorable for me to help out now?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's not like, you know, your team and then the other team, but you actually can switch back and forth.
Exactly. And the thing is, if you offer gold, you can really set it in stone, because he can also, you know, the third party can also decide to just weaken both of you as much as he can, and then eventually just attack the country because you have a lot less units in there. So if we continue this battle, this is actually a three-way battle with all armies in there. This is where we go all out. So I'm going to use one of my cards here. That's an artillery skill. It's a siege mode. It really it's an attribute that my artilleries then have. They rise to a higher level and they can shoot twice as far. Also, another unit skill is a minefield. So with my tanks, I can actually drop a lot of mines, creating an entire field of mines. And these are proximity mines. So when units get close to them, they start homing in on them. And we also have a kamikaze skill for the fighter units, the lighter ones. And I might also use a nuke for my dragon. This allows me to shoot a fireball that does instant kills. And we might, why not? I'm going to take also 4 additional fighters into the battle. So here we are. As you can see, Octave has got quite some artillery units. He's got about 8 of them. And I'm going to move my guys forward in a way that I can actually intervene with these 2 guys. The problem here is that I have to find a perfect border of when to stop my artillery and make them access siege mode, so that they can fire from a distance without being too vulnerable. Because again, because I'm moving my units forward, the artilleries are quite vulnerable. Because as you can see, Lawrence is moving quite some fighters around the back. Exactly. So I'm going to move my hunters around the back, because hunters are the natural enemies of fighters, and put these guys into siege mode and start dropping mines. So as you can see, there's quite some action going on here. It's got an overwhelming force of fighters, so I'm going to move in and shoot my nuke. The nuke should take care of quite some of these. Lawrence. So Lawrence spawned behind me, and I'm going to try to get my tanks there. In the meantime, they're actually dropping mines. I'm gonna get my fighters to attack his tanks, which aren't that good against fighters. I'm gonna activate also the kamikaze mode, so that when they make impact, it's immediate explosion. And I'm gonna have these tanks drop a couple of mines more around the enemy units. Oh Jesus, really? I turned my back 1 second. Okay. So yeah, my fighters in full-scale combat with Lawrence's fighters. I'm going to move in with the dragon below. And Lawrence is moving into, well, his units a bit. Oh, the 2 dragons are fighting. I still have some fighters left. That's the only thing I have left. Shit. Okay, so I'm going to move my fighters to a lower level so that they become more mobile. So you should see their speed increase now. So because if I lose my units, obviously I'm out of the game. So I'm going to see if I can. In the meantime, at the top you can see a counter. That's the gold counter. That actually determines how much gold it costs to respawn my dragon. And at this point, I don't really have a lot of money, so I need to wait till it's at 0. Eventually you'll get gold kills, but in this build it's like, really? I have no units. Oh, I got one hunter somewhere. That's one fighter, yeah. Yeah, so this is really a futile battle. Even if I would run away with this one guy, it's not going to make a big difference. So Octave actually is victorious with quite some units. It was a pretty close battle, but as you can see, you can have influence with your dragon, but it's not like an ultra unit. Exactly.
One win button.
Yeah, I mean, it's an X factor, and you can determine some stuff with it, but it's not overpowered. If your strategic and tactical abilities aren't that good, you'll lose, and that's pretty okay. Yeah. Because also you can compensate with the cards that you play your inability to use the dragon or your weakness in the RTS part of the game. Typically, if these battles would end, we would return to the Raven, the mothership, and you would see a new turn unfold with the consequences of the previous turn, the new situations with the princess, with your generals, etc. And that's how a typical Dragon Commander turn looks like. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
How many units are in the game? Because now there was like the siege, there's the tank, and there's the fighters.
Well, at this point we have, I think, 4. We're using 4 units, but there's about 13 of them planned. But also the crazier units. So we're the balancing is now pretty neat on these 4 units, and every time you introduce a new unit, it's the balancing needs to be redone. So it's step by step with the new units, but there's quite some crazy units and skills planned.
I'm gonna imagine some kind of support unit that cover in the back, maybe like do repairs or help.
Exactly, or ships that spawn other units. So yeah. Any questions? Release date. That's going to be Q1 2013. Give or take a couple of Qs.